All right, next on the agenda is the fire and EMS levy. Who would like to speak?
We want to submit a rough draft to you of what we've come up with on the language for the fire protection levy. And it's just a rough draft. We have a couple changes that because of some technical difficulties, we had to pencil in. I have a copy for you guys. And mainly what we changed in it was we named all the fire departments in the county rather than just put it out there as a whole. And
This is the reason you did that is because of the trouble that we've had.
with tornado, yeah. And
Could you go ahead and tell us your name for the record?
oh, William Frazier, President of the Fire Association.
I know you, but, there may be somebody listening.
Bear
to
with
it
me,
saying,
I'm a
"Who's this guy
terrible public
talking?"
speaker. Also, we wanted to keep the provision, but we didn't have it in this copy because of the typo. For the first 20,000 of the excess, if there is any, to be spent on radio maintenance, because that's really helped us a lot. We don't have to write 8 checks to pay one bill and track each other down. Anything above and beyond that, we just want to distribute it out amongst us equally. And that's about all we changed to it. Other than like where the class 3 and class 4 property values have went down. We'll probably be taking in, it's going to cost the people less money for the same levy. We just want to continue it because we can take whatever the hit is on it where it'll be less. And we would rather weather that storm than raise taxes or anything on our part. Also, I'd like to thank you guys for your past, present, and hopefully future support of your fire departments. And thank the people of Lincoln County for their support of us in the past. Thank you for your time.
That's the best investment we can make, I think, for helping emergency services in this county. Is that fair?
So our what we need to do now, I guess we want to try to get this on the November ballot. Okay, so with this, the levy as presented to us, with the changes, we would need to run this in the county paper. And
Would we have to have the prosecutor look at it first to make sure it's compliant?
You
Would that be all right?
I'm just trying to figure out what we're supposed to do.
That way we don't later on run into some problem we might not have if we have him look at it, so I think that'd be the first thing we want to do.
So send it to the prosecutor,
Yeah.
have him look at it.
I motion we do that.
All right, I'll second that.
And we do need to have a timeline, we just make sure it
Yep.
moves through the prosecutors. We need to have everything ready by August, I believe.
Yes.
90 days prior to the election.
So we need
That'll be
to,
the first thing on the agenda, which is returns.
what we'll do, okay, so we have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor to send this to the prosecutor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That being unanimous, the ayes have it. So we send it to the prosecutor, and then we need to send it to Sean Paper to have him run this in the paper.
Well, I think, did you call today, or Christie called? Well, we'll get to the paper. I think they said Casto, the people that create the ballot themselves, right? They want it straight from fire and EMS. They don't want
representative from each.
Yeah, they don't want a middle person be us. They want it straight from.
They don't want to send it from here to here to here. They want it sent directly because they don't want to make
Well,
laws.
once we get it back from the prosecutor, I guess we can.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are little details. We'll get that,
Okay.
yeah.
Because whatever steps we need to do, even if it's in between our meeting times, we need to go ahead and make sure we
Yeah.
get them taken care of, and acknowledge it when we come in.
This is fire and EMS to the prosecutor.
Yeah, Trish has hers in your own packet too. She's for EMS.
Does it run as a legal ad and then as a ballot, or is the ballot all it runs?
I think it needs to run as a legal ad.
Because it's changing,
Yes.
right? So legal ad first and then
Okay.
ballot later, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll submit it as a ballot. when
Ballot
we submit our
in
ballot.
October. Okay.
Could be 2 weeks prior to,
Yeah.
to early voting, 2 weeks prior to
Election
the
day.
election day.
We, let's see here. Next on the agenda is, we don't have any more for ambulance,
I don't
I'm
know if you wanna-
Trish?
I thought you were just gonna zoom right through.
No,
it.
no.
No, we just naturally know we gotta have ambulance.
Well, I gotta have them. Mine's pretty simple. I'm Trish Watson, Lincoln EMS Director. There's no changes on hours at all as well. We don't promote raising taxes either. There's a little bit of a loss. We left the 20,000 excess going to the radios. Ours is exactly the same as written previously, with just the number changes. I emailed that to you today.
Yes, and I got the email, but then Carol brought a different one, so I have to link Carol brought. Is that correct? No?
Well, the email and the link to Carol should have been the same.
Well, I didn't look, because she said she thought, okay, I mean, I still have your email
We have the
somewhere.
same one, yeah.
Okay.
I rounded it, I didn't know if it was supposed to be actual, like, the actual number is 443, and I just rounded it to 440. I
Okay,
didn't know
okay.
how you do it, but
I don't know the answer right, my bad, but we'll find out. Actual number, okay.
do you want the actual number there?
4437140, okay.
Probably the prosecutor looks over
It
that.
won't be the same. That's what you should have, you know that.
Okay, there we go.
And very much so, we appreciate your support. You know, we had a big battle this year with the broker system, and had we lost that battle, and there's still the potential to lose that battle, this may be the only thing that keeps us running, so it's a really big deal for EMS. Thank you as always for your support.
Sure. President Matthews and I were talking, we probably don't, I mean, we could let the prosecutor review it, but if there's no changes, then I don't think it would require a motion from us, but he would probably need to review it because it'd be on the same call as the fire levy was. So,
And I think I read somewhere in this, you were talking about the paper, I think it has to run in 2 papers, in opposing papers or something. if I'm-
Yeah, that'd be a setting with the journal.
I believe so.
I think it comes out of the same house.
Oh,
Really?
That's all it's just.
So you want to,
thank you.
Oh, they're showing it now.
all right. All right, we have, the next on the agenda is the Tornado Volunteer Fire Department letter. This is a communication that we received from Tornado. It says to Kanawha County Commission, Kanawha County Assessor's Office, Lincoln County Commission, Lincoln County's Assessor's Office. This letter is to inform the Kanawha County Commission and Assessor's Office of properties on Coal River Road and Falls Creek Road in Kanawha County that are paying Lincoln County taxes for real property and paying a fire levy fee. So the Tornado VFD believes that these homes are in Lincoln County due to the fact that they are paying taxes in Lincoln County, and due to the recent West Virginia State Fire Commission meeting, all properties in this part of Lincoln County are in the Allen Creek VFD district. The Tornado VFD will not be providing services to this area until they are placed back in Kanawha County, paying taxes in Kanawha County. The effective date of discontinued service will be July 31st, 2014 at 0100 hours. There are 13 properties on Coal River Road and 1 property on Falls Creek Road. The addresses on Coal River Road are 5337 to 5709 and 600 Falls Creek. This letter will be forwarded to the homeowners in this area. Jim, is there anything that you need to say or would like to speak on this?
Well, basically, we prevailed in the hearing before the Fire Commission. They upheld that those areas of Lincoln County have always been and are going to remain Allen Creek Fire District. Case of sour grapes. The Chief Childress at Tornado is well aware, and this was discussed in the hearing, that properties all over the state, and not just Lincoln County or Kanawha County, but all over the state, from which they were subdivided from, that's where the taxes get paid, unless they want to pay a lot of money and petition both circuit courts and do a bunch. Most homeowners don't want to pay extra thousands of dollars to have that done, so they leave it alone. He's aware of that, but the Kanawha County Commission, I do know, has already sent him a letter saying, you know, that area is assigned to you by us, it's Kanawha County, and we expect you to continue to run it, and overruled his request to not be dispatched on it. So it's, I think Commissioner Carper in Kanawha County has already taken that matter in hand, so.
I appreciate it.
But we're not, you don't see, you don't foresee this causing any problem with those people getting service, if they need service or anything?
No, they're
like that?
going to be dispatched the same as they always have, and we're there also. So either way, it's all within a little teeny stretch of road between Lincoln and Kanawha. The points where the county line and where the exact halfway point is 0.6 of a mile. At 45 miles an hour, it's 42 seconds of travel time difference between the two of them. You know, you'd think it was a major thing, but it's really not, and basically amounts to which set of garage doors open and close the quickest, says who gets there first.
Thanks, Chief. All right, next on the agenda is the Hamlin Volunteer Fire Department regarding repairs to the fire engine. Says, County Commissioners, we are writing you today to ask for $5,500 to cover the repairs to Hamlin's engine 453. The engine went down last week, and we are fortunate enough to have Lincoln Leasing offer services of towing to the Freightliner dealer in Canoville, West Virginia for evaluation. During this evaluation, it was found that the engine will need $5,500 to be operational again. Our department just received levy funds, but after paying the $15,000 department loan, which this engine is a part of, that leaves us with enough to cover our operating costs. If we are forced to pay the $5,500 for repairs, it will put the department in a hardship, as we will not have enough funds to operate until the next levy funds are administered. We appreciate your concern in this matter. Robert Stickler, second. Gentlemen?
I think we should try to help them.
Okay, so we have a motion.
I'll move that we provide $5,500.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Next on the agenda is the review and appointment of 4 members to the Lincoln EDA. You all have your packets. Andy? We have 2 current members that are reapplying, Jerry Cremines and Larry Conway, which both, I believe if you'll look at their attendance, both have never missed a meeting. And then we have some other people.
Now, do you know if these have to be for any particular?
No, I called and asked him that, and he said no. He said that we have everyone on the board, I guess, that a representative
All right.
from each area. I think the people that were coming off the board who did not send in was Daryl Elkins. Daryl Elkins does not want to be on the board anymore, and I believe Kenneth Ray Evans. So that's someone from the Duval area and someone from the Hardison.
I'll throw a couple of names out there. Of course, I assume we're going to keep Jerry Commisison and Larry Conway. Mr. Triplett, he's been in good attendance at these meetings here, so that would be, in my book, something we should consider. In this deal, somebody like 10 meetings, because sometimes it's hard to get people to show up to the meetings. And Jenny Lawson just happened to know her, but those 2 people suit me.
I was looking at Gabriel McKinney. He is, I spoke with him, and I think he's going to be setting up a chiropractic service here in Lincoln County. he was wanting to be on the Lincoln EDA. So,
No,
I mean,
I
that's-
would say, well, how about I take one of each? And Mr. Triplett, I know he's been to the, also the Parks and Recs and meetings and things like that, and, you know, I think he do, as Charles said, one of the biggest problems you have, especially, I know there's a problem with individuals, getting people to be able to attend the meetings. He lives just up the road, so he won't have many excuses there if he have meetings on it, so. But, I did review Mr. McKinney's, resume there, and so, you know, can we,
I don't have a problem
with
with
it, is that?
Sounds good.
That's fine.
So let's go with Jerry Cummings, Larry Conway, Ralph Triplett, and Gabe McKinney.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That being unanimous, motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, get this out of the way, is the Planning and Zoning Committee.
How long's the term on the
I think they're varying
Yeah,
years,
they do
if
vary.
I'm not mistaken. I know they.
Generally speaking, I think it's 4 years.
Yeah, I think it's staggered, I think that's.
And they're staggered, 4 years and they're staggered.
I'll have to check with the lovely Tabitha Black.
Indeed.
Find out.
All right. Next, we have, of course, I think it's two people from each district. I think we have 2 people in District 1 and 2. We have actually 3 people who have applied in District 3. And I don't know, of course, Mr. John Grass is down there. This Thomas Lageman,
Tom Longman.
Logman.
Him being an engineer, he'd be good to do.
Yeah.
We good
I
fit.
think he'd be a good.
All right. So, who you want to go with?
Does Jason serve on any other boards? I know John does. Just
Jason
thinking, get more
Cook.
people
Getting
involved.
new blood in.
Yeah.
I don't think so, no. Actually, I
No,
know.
I don't think he does.
Apply for the EDA too.
I'd say Jason Cook, Tom Lawler, with the others.
All right, so we have a motion.
Guys, so moved.
I'll second that.
We have a motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? That being unanimous, motion carries. Next is review and shortlist a group for interview dates for the floodplain manager position. And we have applications and resumes in here.
What are we thinking of in terms of the number for a short list, 3, 4?
I'd say 4, 3, 4. 4 is fine. Well, I have one here, Timothy Keaton. He is a floodplain manager in Cabell County currently right now. I think he needs to be on the list.
Now, one of the things I want to speak with the commission about is I asked Mary to check on the surrounding counties as far as what they pay their floodplains manager. Some of them have double jobs and things like that, but what we'll do is, if she hasn't made those available to you already, I just asked her to do it today, but we'll have those available, you know, when we go into interview, so we can see exactly. Because I think it's, it's important that we have this position and get a feel of somebody that's really good at it, or can be good at it. But I also want to make sure that the taxpayers, that we give them a salary that's consistent with what the surrounding counties pay and things like that. And I think and we can look at that in the meantime. And when we go to interview them, we can talk with them about that as far as what we anticipate the salary to be and things like that. Well, I'd like to see Mr. Helton on it.
There's one resume I don't know the guy, but Aaron Johnson had an impressive resume. Northwest Hamlin.
Need one more, guys.
Those three doing that first.
If that's all right, if that's all right. you can-
Timmy Keaton, Aaron Johnson, and Rick Ellis.
That's all right.
I knew that we, plan an interview schedule.
All right, I'll second it. Timothy Keaton, Aaron Johnson, and Rick Kelly.
All right, we have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye, accept these candidates. Aye. That being unanimous, the motion carries. And we need to set up a schedule for an interviews. We could set it up next week if you want.
She probably needs her.
You wanna do it,
Well,
you wanna do it the week before the next meeting?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay.
Week before the next meeting?
You wanna try to do these in a day or evening, whatever works for the interviewees?
Are we talking about the first week in August? Would that be it, or is that?
I'm back to work on the 28th,
Okay, yeah.
and then we won't have a meeting till August 7th. August 1st is Friday.
I can't do the last 2 days of the month.
So Wednesday, Thursday, so last 2 days.
Oh, that's Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, so anytime after that Wednesday, I would be all the way through the first month.
We try to do it one day, if we can get those people.
Yeah, that'd be
in.
good. Maybe that
Like
Thursday or.
Thursday or Friday, yeah.
That.
Okay, uh-huh.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
in the day, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Next, we have unfinished business, possible action. Kenny Pennington with Pleasant View PSD regarding money to help him with sewer.
I don't think Mr. Pennington has any new, he just
No.
last meeting, yeah.
Did he get his money yet?
No, it's for $28,892 and some cents.
Yeah, can't just keep coming and watching.
Gentlemen, what do we haven't, that's what
Oh,
I'm
we
saying.
haven't?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think we kind of have to do it.
Well,
We should try to help them,
Try to
so
help.
we can, you have to take care of your whole thing.
yeah. I move that we give them $28,892 to.
I'll second.
Yeah, it sounds all right.
All right, any further discussion? Motion second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
With that being unanimous, the motion carries. All right, gentlemen, next on the agenda is new business. You've all seen the new business. On this advertisement for the Hamlin PS Public Service District, I spoke to Mary about advertising on our website, because when we start advertising for all these boards, it's gonna run a substantial amount of money.
This is for the, is it just for the, city?
It has to be within the, service of Hamlin PSD.
Yeah.
Service district,
There's sewer,
separate.
yeah.
Yeah, there's sewer, yeah.
We would have to look and see if, I mean, there may be a law as far as what it can be, I mean, how much advertising we would have to have. I'm not sure. I can understand just being on the website, it saves the county money.
Saves
But I
county
think
money.
as long as that would be in compliance with, what we're required to do as far as advertising acquisition.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
you all chose the advertisement. I'll double check for you though to make sure we don't.
All right, if not, I'll request a motion to approve the new business.
And the very last one, to do a bond set at, typically it's $1,000 to appoint, so that
Oh, we
gentleman
gotta
is an
do that.
administrator.
Okay,
Just,
so that would be
Is
$1,000.
that $1,000 bond?
that's typically what you do, so
All right.
yeah.
My motion.
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That being unanimous, the motion carries. Now we're to commission concerns and communications. Mr. McCain.
Just a concern, I think it probably would be a concern of all commissioners, but I guess I just had an opportunity to open the door a couple of weeks ago on the day the courthouse was closed to let the contractor in. And I I guess what I seen was happening was good, but when you're a commissioner, and I believe I'd ask you all to correct me if not, but when you talk about the courthouse building, I believe it's our responsibility to maintain that. And what I seen was, like I said, was good, a lot of remodeling going on in one of the elected offices, and I know it was needed. But what got me was, one of the main walls had been cut through, cut out for a doorway. And again, I'm sure it was justified, but it bothered me to think that, and you all may have known of it, I didn't know anything about it, that this construction was going on, but to change the structure of a facility without any knowledge, that did disturb me. So I just want to bring to your attention that that did happen, is happening, and it's across the hall in the assessor's office, and you can certainly check it out. But I know he's got space issues because something came up a month or two earlier about trying to get him more space. But it seems like it should have come to the commission, and maybe him being new, he didn't know. But I wouldn't want to think that every time an elected official comes in and they say, well, this don't suit me, I'm just gonna cut a hole in the wall, or I'm gonna close up the window without checking the fire marshal, without checking building codes or anything. It just seemed like that just disturbed me, and I just felt like I should bring it to your all's attention.
Okay.
That's all.
Dr. Vance?
I really don't have anything. Other than I do appreciate the ones that are getting on these committees, serving on these boards and things like that, because we all know how tough it is to do a job with 3 people. If you got 6 people, it's not quite as tough to do. And so I want to thank those that applied for those positions, even if they didn't get them, because it does show, if you see by the numbers of applicants we have for these positions, we do have people more interested in serving, and that's always a good thing for our county when we have more people with more input, more new ideas. So I do appreciate you being willing to serve on that, and all those of you that do the things you do, including our firefighters and our EMS. These are things we live with every day that we need, and it's something that we've all lived without, if you've lived as long as I have around here. But it's so good to be able to call an ambulance service and get one to come to the office to take a sick person into the hospital, or if a place does get on fire, which mine did one time, and I know that Jane River was up there working on, I was in Florida. So you don't realize how much these people do until they're needed, and it's often in a heated situation, so you don't get the chance to always thank them for what they do. So I just want to take this time to say that, and encourage everybody as far as this levy coming out, to support it with everything they've got, because it's a matter of life and death. And when you come down to it, no matter what you think about this or that, that's what it comes down to. These people every day sacrifice for us, so I think we all need to help them as best we can for that.
Well said.
Sounds good. All right, I was glad that Steve Stewart was here, talking about getting power to a cell site on Bearford Mountain. I think that's a plus. And spoke with our 911 director, Alan Holder, and he is currently getting those applications together. When I say applications, I mean 2 applications. He's getting together an application for a cell phone tower at Bear Fork site at H&G, and then getting a cell phone tower at the 911 center. So we have 2 applications that will be in the mix, hopefully. And from what I understand, we have a really good chance of these particular applications getting approved for full funding. So that's a big plus. This Tuesday, we'll be meeting with the Lincoln County EDA, the building committee regarding the farmers market in Owl Creek. I think that there's been a lot of people go by there, and you see that there's a lot of people out starting to sell. And whenever we sit down, we'll probably be accepting see how much money it's actually going to cost from Thrasher Engineering. We got Thrasher Engineering to do the schematics for the farmer's market, and really looks nice. And I think that moving forward, you start putting, get this farmer's market done in Allen Creek, I'd like to move right on to Hamlin and see if we can get something done there. But gentlemen, it's been a long evening. That's all I have. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That be unanimous, motion carries.
Yeah.